But we got some breaking news right before the show, and that is that Tiger Woods has suffered an injury, and his future is in question. He released a statement on X that reads, "As I began to ramp up my own training and practice at home, I felt a sharp pain in my left Achilles, which was deemed to be ruptured. This morning, Dr. Charlton Stuckton of Hospital for Special Surgery in West Palm Beach, Florida, performed a minimally invasive Achilles tendon repair for a ruptured tendon. The surgery went smoothly, and we expect a full recovery," added Dr. Stuckton. "I am back home now and plan to focus on my recovery and rehab. Thank you for all the support." So that definitely is a blow for not just golf fans, for sports fans. You want to see Tiger Woods prolong whatever's left in his career. When Tiger's on the golf course, golf is better. Sports is better. And it's unclear how long he's going to be sidelined for. He hasn't played on the PGA Tour yet this year. He was set to make his season debut at the Genesis Invitation last month, which is a tournament that he hosts every year, but he withdrew after the passing away of his mother. And Woods, he's completed some team stuff in the TGL and events in Florida, so he was anticipating making a return, but we don't know what his future is going to look like. And he has dealt with injuries over the last couple of years. He's underwent major back surgeries. He's had his back fused. He's had knee issues. He almost lost his right leg after a car crash in Southern California in 2021. And he has said that his goal, even at this stage of his career, where he's widely considered to be the best golfer in the history of the sport, that he still wanted to compete in all the 4 major championships each season. And this is definitely going to make that difficult. He did miss the cut at 3 of the 4 majors last year. He finished 60th at Augusta National in the Masters. He withdrew from the Genesis Invitational earlier, getting sick last season. So he's dealt with stuff, and it happens, right? Father Time is undefeated. You would hope that a sport like golf, right, where you're not crashing into guys like football, you're not jumping up and down like the NBA or Major League Baseball, where it's just that quick twitch leaves you and it's tough to hit fastballs and stay in the sport, that hopefully he could have stayed on and furthered his career. But he's actually finished just 3 of his last 13 tour events dating back to 2020. He's either missed the cut or withdrawn from the other 10. So he struggled to stay on from a health perspective, and he's also struggled from a competitive perspective. So that leaves next season's Genesis Invitational as the most likely return for Tiger Woods. So when will we see him back? That's the $1 million question. We could see him back at the Genesis Invitational next year. And yeah, look, if you're a golf fan, if you're a sports fan, this hurts. I mean, if you did not get to see Tiger Woods during his prime, I mean, I saw towards the end of it, but I mean, if you did see the end of it or the beginning of it, this is one of those guys where if you go back into a sports time machine, it's one of the first stops you make, is witnessing Tiger Woods in the late 90s, winning his first Masters by 12 strokes and getting his first green jacket in 1997, being the only golfer in the history of the sport to complete the Tiger Slam. Why is it called the Tiger Slam? Because he's the only guy to do it, winning every single major in the course of a year. You look at his highlights, 213 yards from a bunker with a 6-iron, just insane stuff that other golfers don't do. And my favorite thing about Tiger Woods is there's people on this planet that know 2 things about golf. One is Tiger Woods, and 2 is that you have to put the ball in the hole with the club. Like, basic knowledge, it's all you know. Tiger Woods is that guy. And you look at this current generation of golfers, I think that it's gotten competitive, it's gotten interesting for sure, but Tiger Woods in his prime would still be the best player on the planet by a mile, by a landslide. This stat always blows my mind. This was from last year. Scottie Scheffler has been ranked number 1 for 73 total weeks. To catch Tiger's record of total weeks at number 1, Scheffler needs to hold the top spot continuously until October 21st, 2035. Okay? It's just incredible, the career that he's put together. I think you could make the case. This man in his prime, he was undoubtedly the most dominant, intimidating, and relentless athlete that we've ever seen in any sport ever. Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, Muhammad Ali, those type of guys. That table is the table that he's sitting at, and it's going to be sad if we don't get to see him back out there on the golf course. And just with the version of him that we're going to get is definitely going to be the big question. My dad used to always tell me, he's a big golf fan, that Tiger Woods was the Jimi Hendrix of golf. Jimi Hendrix changed the way you looked at an electric guitar, the way you use a guitar. Tiger Woods did the same thing with the golf club, and his influence, what he's done to the game will never change. Kind of one of my favorite stories too, I heard about the Tiger effect in Tiger Woods, is there was a point in the late 90s and the early 2000s that athletes, there were top 20 golfers were in a position where they did not want to compete and train because they realized that if you did that, you would have to match his work ethic. You have to be as relentless. And to do that, you'd be ruining your life. There's golfers that have talked about this, that because of the existence of Tiger Woods, they practice less, they train less, they played less golf because they knew with his existence, they were going to be making a top 20 golfing paycheck. And he was going to do all the winning, because the other world is, hey, you do all this training and you push yourself to the brink, and then you still are finishing a distant second. So, yeah, it definitely hurts to see Tiger Woods suffer this injury. Tiger Woods is one of the GOATs. But, J-Rob, you hate to see us. I mean, just as a GOAT, an undisputed GOAT of his sport, to have to suffer an injury through like this.
I think he's one of the few undisputed. Like, there's no actual debates when it comes to the sport of golf and Tiger Woods. I mean, D-Mac, his history with injuries it started back in 94. You know, he had that tumor in his knee in 94 when he was just 18. Then, you go to 2022, cyst removed from his knee, shoulder in 2006, ACL the year after, knee surgery in 2008, ACL repair in 2008, torn Achilles tendon in 2008, neck injury in 2010. I mean, the list for Tiger Woods and the body of injuries that he's endured, I mean, I really can't name too many athletes who have been able to still play at a all-world level with the amount of doctor visits that they've had to endure throughout a career. And so, I hate to see Tiger like this, but I would say this, D-Mac, it's probably unpopular. I'd actually want Tiger Woods to finally kind of listen to his body. Because he's like, he wakes up every morning and listens to David Goggins.
Yeah.
He's mind over matter. I mean, do you remember when in his doc where he did the Marine level training to get prepared for a Masters? I mean, this is a guy who has been mind over matter throughout his career. And look, it has worked because he has won despite his health. But I feel like at this point in his age, it's like, it's just really hard to see because his body has been, 23 years, his body's been legitimately breaking down. And so this is hard to see for Tiger, but I mean, all I can say is that I'm optimistic for him and I hope for the best.
Look, if he can play any golf, he's good for the game. And I think that he doesn't have the passion of being a broadcaster. He doesn't need to go that route. His role in golf is to be a steward for the game, to grow the popularity of the game. And I think if he's got anything left, I mean, give me a Tiger Woods out there. Just you had me at the red and black, right? I mean, you had me at the Tiger logo and just the overall mystique and the juice. And I like you bring up those injuries because I think one of his biggest accomplishments as a golfer was proving that golfers are athletes.
Yeah.
And he changed the narrative of that. I mean, guys, hitting the bench and getting swole and looking big, he totally changed the game for that. But that's going to be the interesting thing. As far as the GOAT debate, I mean, there are people out there, Jack Nicklaus, the Golden Bear, just because he has 18 majors compared to Tiger Woods' 15. Tiger Woods does have 88 tour wins. That has matched Sam Snead's all-time record. But yeah, I don't think that there's anyone out there. I mean, it's like saying Bill Russell's better than LeBron or Michael Jordan, right? It's something like that. I mean, all respect to Bill Russell, man. You did your thing. You were definitely one of the best players, but you're not the best player. So yeah, get well, Tiger Woods.